And now we must do the news, and we start off with news that since James drove that Virage, Aston Martin have launched a new car. And here it is. It's called the V12 Zagato. There it is. And, James, you'll be particularly interested in this, mate, I think.
Will I?
Yeah, you will. Because the boss of the company was quoted this week as saying, "The Nürburgring is where we sign off every new..." Quoting, "and there could be no better place for the new V12 Zagato to be finally tested," said the boss of Aston Martin.
For crying out loud. Do you know what? If I'd been in Bomber Command in 1943, I would have bombed the Nürburgring every single night until it was gone. Am I the only person who thinks like this?
This bad back of yours, would you say it makes you a bit crabby?
There's nothing to do with that bad back. He's got a bad back as well, but he won't agree with me about it.
Okay.
Ride is important.
All right.
Bomb it! It was a bad policy. Look where we are now. We no longer have Dresden Cathedral or all that lovely pottery, but we do have the Nürburgring, and under my bombing policy, we wouldn't have cars that rode badly, and you'd have a nice cathedral to look at and better saucers.
Now, have you noticed how some of the best-looking cars you can buy these days are like ordinary family saloons or hatchbacks or...
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yes.
Estates?
Yeah,
I mean, Citroen sent us a picture of their new DS5. OK, that is a good-looking, sort of ordinary mid-sized car.
Every day, but good-looking.
It's not alone. What's that Kia called from a while back? The Rooney. Not the Rooney. Rio. That was an awful-looking car, but then they've now launched this, which is called the something or other.
The Optic, isn't it?
Optima.
Optima. Doesn't matter. Nobody who watches Top Gear is going to buy a Kia, but if they did, that would be... Yeah, all Kia drivers are watching Countryfile on the other side going, "It's Adam's farm in a minute. We're looking forward to that." Oh, look at the little bar lamb.
Oh, make a trail for what's on the other side. Why not?
Countryfile's a brilliant show.
It's good, I know.
Particularly when it's cold and Julia Bradbury's out in a
Leave
t-shirt.
it!
The Peugeot 508 is a good-looking car as well, isn't it?
It is. No, we've got a picture of it here. Because what makes that particularly good is that Peugeots in recent years have had these sort of the big guppy mouths on them. Yes, that.
Yes.
That is a very good impersonation of a Peugeot. No, that's what they used to be. I can only impersonate a Morgan.
That's not bad.
Can you do any other car?
No, I can only do Peugeots, but I can do any Peugeot you name. 308?
207. No, what's the people carrier? Can you do that one?
Yeah, hang on, that's...
I'll stump him. You know the tiny little one, the 1007 with the electric sliding doors?
Oh. It's exactly like that.
And then there's the Vauxhall Insignia. I was following one of those the other day. That's basically a Vectra.
Yeah, fabulous.
A really good... And the great thing about it is it's got positive camber on its back wheels.
Well, you've got positive camber and you look ridiculous.
He's right,
Oh, you have? You have? Well, we've followed you around every airport in the world, and you lumber along with your stupid legs bending out of the knee like that. It's like positive camber, and you look terrible.
Looks good, positive camber.
Does it?
He's right.
You
You
look
look like a knackered Spitfire.
Yeah.
Spitfires are cool.
No, a Triumph Spitfire.
They're not
leaky
cool.
old Triumph. I'm assuming that's oil that's leaking out of it.
It's because I'm set up for handling.
You're set up.
If you could find a 100-metre track that did that, I could beat Usain Bolt, because I can run down corners.
So you're claiming you've been set up for cornering?
Well, you can shut up. You look like a car that's had its wheels nicked. Now, last week we looked at a modern-day interpretation of the E-Type, which was fantastic. OK, well, now there's another one. Here it is. I mean, I just think that looks spectacularly good. Starts out in life as a Jaguar XKR, modern-day car, and then a Swiss company ups the V8 engine by 100 horsepower, and then they fit a, well, I have to say, brilliant-looking carbon fibre and aluminium body, so it's 200 kilograms lighter.
That's gorgeous.
I know.
I'm not sure I really like it, actually.
Well, that's because you're odd.
You are.
But you are very odd. But I think there is a problem with this car because they've called it the Growler.
Yeah. Now, we Googled Growler, and we were quite surprised and a bit shocked by what it turns out to mean.
And do you know, Richard, I've just forgotten what it is. What does it mean? Can you tell the ladies and gentlemen?
Well, you know those big welcome mats you might see on a girl in the 70s?
That's what it is.
Why would you name your car after that?
Honestly, James, I don't think they knew. I think they're sitting now in Zurich or wherever they are. This is the first time they've realised that Growler means that in England. And they'll be sitting going, Gott in Himmel! Wolfgang, we have accidentally named the car after ein Fraugarten!
Look, the car, the Growler.
Yeah.
Is it based on the next case? Has it got 4 seats?
No, you can't get in the back. Everybody's turned over to cars,
I'm not sure they're going to sell very many of those.
No, no, neither do I, and there's another reason why. It costs £670,000. Yeah, there probably will be a trimmed-down version later, but I'll bet you... Just for the Brazilian market.
I'm sorry. It's called the Growler.
There's a bloke at some point going to say, I'm just going outside to wax the ground.
Oh, you dirty bugger!
Anyway, that is the end of the news.
Yes.